This week, authorities determined that a man who died while in police custody it was actually an act of homicide while he was in a jail cell. This is Terrell Thomas, a 38-year-old, found dead in a Milwaukee County jail cell on April 24th, 9 days after being arrested in connection with a shooting. Other inmates heard Thomas beg for water in the days before he died. Last week, the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner announced that Thomas's death was due to profound dehydration. And the Journal Sentinel did an investigation of this and found inmates that said the water in Thomas's cell had been shut off for 6 days after he allegedly tried to flood the cell. And one inmate allegedly said to a guard, "If something happens to that man, it's your fault." Because they not only shut off his water, which a case could be made. If he's trying to flood the cell, you need to shut off the water. But they didn't provide drinking water for at least 6 days. And you simply can't do that. There's no justification for stopping a person from having basic water to drink. Now, in the year since Sandra Bland, you might think, okay, that was a tragedy. This is a tragedy. Maybe we're blowing these cases out of proportion. But no, thankfully, the Huffington Post has been tracking these sorts of deaths. And in just the last year, this is how many people have died within 3 days of entering police custody. 182 people within 3 days. And you see the numbers there descending that have been held for up to 7 days and up to a year or more than a year. I mean, look, it's a big country, but that's a lot of people who are dying while they can't run off. They can't hide from you. You have to make sure that they eat. You have to make sure that they drink. If they refuse to do either of those, they can be handed over to a mental hospital, something like that, if you can't handle them. But all too often, they're not ready to admit that they can't actually handle the people they take into their custody, and that's why hundreds and hundreds of people on a yearly basis die unnecessarily.
So look, some of the people who die in prison died because they had a heart attack. It happens.
It happens.
Right, that's natural
And that would be included in those numbers.
Right. And some of the people that die in prison is because they're having a serious medical issue, and the authorities are like, yeah, they're still gay, yeah, they're whining about it. They're always whining. They always want attention. Oh, shoot, he actually died. Oh, well. Sad day, who cares? Nobody cares about that guy. His life doesn't matter. We move on. Throw him in the garbage. Let's move on, okay? Yeah. I've shown you how many videos. There's one eye sticks in my head, a black guy brought in. He starts having a medical issue. They taser the hell out of him, put the knee in the back, they choke him, and then they just hang around for 4 minutes. It always haunts me. The amount of time they wait around and don't do anything as the guy's lying dead or dying on the ground.
Yeah.
And so
worrying about what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, or just joking. In that
him.
Case, they were joking around and they kicked the guy. That was their way of checking in on his health. And then he didn't move, and they still didn't do anything. They still laughed about it. So that's a lot of the deaths in prison. And then some of the deaths are just murder, like this one. This one is murder. I don't know if I'm being clear enough. It's fucking murder what they did to this guy. So, of course we should get justice. But the house that they got it over at Fox News is so comfortable for Sheriff David Clark. Ooh, what a nice warm house they've got over there. So go yell at black people more while you killed one in your custody. And again, I don't know that he did it personally or that he gave the order personally. But somebody did. I'm sure Milwaukee Sheriff David Clark is on Fox News right now talking about the dysfunction inside the police force and inside their prisons, right?
Cenk, look, it's extremely unlikely that he was directly involved because he was very busy making $150,000 in speaking fees over the course of the past year.
Is that what he did?
Yeah. $150,000 in speaking fees, travel reimbursements, and gifts. That's in 2015. He's very busy. So very busy guy going on Fox News and speaking.
Do you get it? The Sheriff Clarks of the world, they get paid to sell out. This is a cottage industry. So if you're a black person in America, especially if you're a cop, you're a person in authority, a sheriff in Milwaukee, they're going to pay you a lot of money. You're going to write a book. They're going to pay you for that. Nobody buys those books. You know that conservative billionaires, they buy the books, okay?
PACs buy the books.
Yeah, and they try to move it up the New York Times bestseller list by buying all these thousands of copies. It's not actually human beings. It's a scam. Why? Because they want his message out there. You see, I've got a person in authority who's black telling all other black people that it's their fault, their fault, their fault. I'm willing to pay millions of dollars to make sure that the message and the propaganda gets out that it's black people's fault.
They want a shield.
It reminds me of back in 2012, they're going to run against Obama. One of the conservative billionaires from Chicago does a whole memo on how we need a black or a brown face to criticize Obama. This is not this is what they do.
I remember that.
This is racism 101. So they find somebody like Sheriff Clark, who's a sellout and who thinks literally hey, where's the money? Where's the money? You want me to screw over my own community? You want me to blame everything on them while we're shooting them while they're unarmed? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm the bitch. I'll do it. Yes, Sheriff Clark, you're their bitch. Congratulations. Go count your $150,000 from 2015 while that guy died in the prisons in your area because you and your buddies wouldn't give him water. You killed that guy. I don't know if it was you personally, but it was the system that killed him. You don't care about law and order then because you're counting your $150,000 for the man. Congratulations. You must be so proud of your law and fucking order. No, I know where the dysfunction is, Sheriff Clark. I know where the dysfunction is, and it's at you. So go on Fox News and complain about black people one more time. Get paid again, you bitch.